day.
Yep.
A-okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Top of the world, hey?
Had the best donuts.
And we're pretty good.
So good.
Shout out to Greedy Donuts.
Like, I'm not a donut gal.
They're
Amazing.
they donut better than any donuts out there.
Like, even the donut part. But the filling is just so soft and
Flavorful,
flavorful and
heavenly.
heavenly.
Yeah. And even the
Creamy.
little strawberry cream thing was good too.
Yeah.
Drink. Yeah. Living large today.
hmm
Missed out on hot pot though.
I did miss out on hot pot. I'm kind of sad about that, actually, because I love hot pot so
Hot pot's
much.
amazing.
Did they have chicken tonight?
I didn't have chicken.
So they didn't have chicken available last time. They had it the first time we went.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw chicken today.
But my stomach was not,
Tough night for hot pot. And you eat liquid fire when you have soups. So
which is fine. But I've been eating out so much and I'm gone again all week. And I'm just done with eating out for a bit. So I needed a day. Although having 3 donuts didn't help. When you
part
brought
of 3 donuts, let's be clear.
part of 3 donuts.
And yeah, you got to save yourself up for Sugar Bowl later this week.
Oh no.
No.
Edmonton does have better restaurants than Calgary, I would say.
The Calgary restaurants just got voted top 50 in North America, though.
Oh.
Can't remember which one.
Hmm.
Oh, it's at the Alt Hotel. That's what it is, the restaurant, the Alt Hotel. I remembered. Because I'm not old. My memory works fine.
I'm feeling old today. I'm looking old today. Yesterday, I wasn't thinking I was looking 50. Today, I look 50.
You know why?
Why?
You went out and you drained your powers by being social yesterday. And then today, you're just like trying to recharge and your body's just fighting for its life here.
Could be.
That's exactly it.
2 weekends in a row.
You went out. Not only did you go out, you went out with people that you didn't know, and you stayed out past 8 p.m. It's amazing you didn't die in your sleep.
And then I was up at 3.
Yeah.
Like the 3 has been consistently. It's been, and I had a rule about not getting out of bed until 4, but it's just not been happening.
Yeah, because 4 is luxurious. Big old sleeping time.
So I'm definitely more tired than usual.
Yeah.
But
I'll try and take it easy on these.
what were you laughing at us for yesterday?
All the lists are so long.
I
The category.
can't remember.
At what part of the day I could probably narrow it down?
I don't know. I just remember you were at where you normally sit at the counter, and I was between you and like the stove, and one of the girls, I think, was on the other side of you. And you were making fun, laughing. I can't remember what it was for.
Oh, I think you were arguing with yourself.
Over myself?
Yeah, but like the child was the other you. You guys have been doing that a lot lately, all 3 of you. It's like Caroline arguing with her doppelganger, and then you both don't realize that you're doing it until I'm like, stop. Yeah, just 3 little Carolines running around the house. Well, 1 little Caroline, 2 tall Carolines.
Aw.
Oh.
You teaming up again. My with the Titanic yesterday was actually kind of funny because she's like, "What? I don't understand what's going on."
Yeah, she was getting heated.
Because I was saying how she gets heated with her opinions sometimes. Passionate. That's it.
The great equalizer: when people misbehave or act poorly, you just slap on a passionate, and it's all forgiven.
Passionate. And she was at first like, I don't know what's going on. But once you were
it started building,
drilling home that the lights were off in the Titanic when it went down.
All you need to do is just in any fight like that, like what I did with her, allegedly. Everything she'd say is allegedly. And it would just, I could see her blood pressure rising. She's like, no, but all of this research, yeah, allegedly they researched it. Oh, it's amazing. I kind of get why some of the far left, far right guys like to argue, because it's fun. It doesn't matter what side of the spectrum on. It's just fun to push buttons. Oh, boy. And like when I finally told her I was kidding, there was a distinct relief. Like she actually, because I don't think she knew how to get out of this situation. She was just getting more riled up and couldn't understand why I was just so adamant that, yeah, no, the lights were off, and everybody that says differently about the Titanic is wrong. Like never knew it was a thing. Never until you brought it up. I didn't even know anybody even researched the lights on the Titanic, let alone argued that they were or were not on as a sign of whatever the captain did or didn't do properly. Had no clue until you brought it up.
Yeah, well, the reason it came out of a podcast that she was listening to, and he had said something about the lights being off. People are wrong. The lights were actually off in the Titanic when it went down. But they've actually proven, 2018 apparently, they've proven.
This isn't new, people. It's not new.
Apparently, the lights actually were on. The light switch was on. So people were down in the boiler room or wherever it was, keeping it on so people could evacuate.
Yeah, when I threw out the line that it was a conspiracy theory by Big Ocean just to kind of cover up, she had no idea what to do. She's like, what? Big what? It was awesome. It might have been the best thing.
But, oh yeah, because of the movie. That's what it was. The podcast was saying the movie was incorrect because the lights in the movie were on.
Yeah. I don't care how old she is. I'll keep pushing her buttons.
You had a fun fact about Titanic, though, with the stars.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson watched the DVD or watched the movie and contacted James Cameron to tell him that he was incorrect in the stars that they used during the night scenes. They were incorrect to the date and time that the Titanic sank.
Is he autistic?
Which one?
Well, probably both, but
There you
the
go.
star guy.
I don't think Neil deGrasse Tyson is much as he's just a scientist. He's a very particular
Which
scientist.
other one did you think I was referring
James
to?
Cameron.
Yeah, but I said both. So then was Maya the other one?
No, I thought you meant Neil deGrasse Tyson and James
okay.
Cameron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I don't think he is. He's just very particular. But yeah, he constantly corrects people like that, though.
Ah.
Big time. My brother, not a huge fan. I shouldn't say he's not a huge fan, but he tends to poo-poo Neil deGrasse Tyson because he finds him to be a bit arrogant sometimes. Which makes me laugh because I didn't realize there was this hierarchy of attitude within the scientific community, but apparently everybody's got haters.
Does your brother listen to this podcast?
I don't know. I think from time to time. I don't think he's a regular listener.
Okay.
I mean, the easiest way is I could just start throwing out random Chris facts, and if I get an angry text.
Well, I just won't say my next point then if he does listen.
You're going to say something mean about my brother.
No, I wasn't. I was just going to say it's interesting that he finds it hard to have people who correct people sometimes. That's all. That's all I was going to say.
So for the record, you said I wasn't going to say what I was going to say, and then in your very next breath, you said an altered version of what you're going to say. Like you didn't even for a second.
But I didn't say why. But I didn't say why. He doesn't go around correcting people.
Yeah, no, I get it. Well, he corrects me. He does to me what I did to Maya. Like, and
allegedly.
Not allegedly. He does it all the time. He's a big old jerk.
I do like the text. It makes me laugh. Just the firstborn child where like the mom is gently like cleaning the baby's head, like very carefully. And then the second-born child, it's like a baboon.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Cleaning its baby, just holding it by the arms and like
putting it in the water.
Dunking it in the water.
Yeah. That's 100% what it's like to be the second born. All you firstborn elites. He's soft. If he is listening, you're soft. Christopher Aaron.
I'm firstborn.
I know.
Am I soft compared to my brother? I don't think so.
The girls, when was the last time you cried at a show? That didn't really warrant you crying at a show.
I don't know.
I would say within 7 days. And I would also say that the time previous to that was also within 7 days.
I don't know what I've watched. I've watched Kung Fu Panda.
Oh, you made you cry.
Maybe.
See, you don't even know definitively anymore. You just assume.
Well, I cried today, but I was reading a book. It wasn't a show.
Was it an awful, horrific book?
My brother cries, though, too. He'll cry at a commercial.
So all you're doing is painting a picture of a couple of softies from the same family.
I'm just saying he's softer than me. I don't know. Anyway, we should get on with the show.
Instead of insulting our brothers?
Yeah.
Am I up?
No. I'll go. Just continuation of the disrespect.
Unsubscribe. Pass. I don't want to be disrespected.
No, but our kids being disrespectful.
Yeah.
And part of it is just like our parenting role and stepping into our authority. And one area is the rising obesity in the world.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to, well, it's probably lots of things, but three things that and this is, last time I really talked about, and I think it's helpful to go back and listen just to lay the groundwork. Previous episodes, if you have not, just talking about how kids aren't really listening to their parents, right? They've kind of lost that authoritative parenting authority, which we need to have because there's permissive parenting, there's the authoritarian sort of dictator parenting, but in the middle is that authoritative parenting. And so we need to still have boundaries and rules and expectations.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the problems is kids aren't moving enough. They're not eating healthfully enough, and they're not sleeping enough.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is contributing. And it's not just weight, it's lots of things, right? We see kids more chronic pain, just not as healthy, even nearsightedness. Like we could go on and on. It's unbelievable what we're seeing in terms of kids' mental health and physical health. And those are the kind of the three areas. So doing more, eating better, sleeping more.
Mm-hmm. Would agree with all of that. As someone that just brought home 4 gourmet donuts and shared 3 of them with my wife, I think I'm an expert on just health in general. Like, I think I would consider myself an expert in this field, so I'm happy to talk about this. But yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. I don't know if there's a specific question other than that.
I think it's just how do we take back and what should we like? I think where parents is not hurting kids' feelings, wanting their kids to like them, whatever the reason is. Or maybe it's just I don't want to fight. I just don't want to fight. So you can eat whatever, And so it's just you got to choose your heart at the end of the day. And you got to know, and I think a big piece is when and like what boundaries, what do I set? How do I enforce it? Those are probably some of the questions. So I guess let's start. The question would be is how do we instill those healthy habits?
Well, 2 things, and this is a common thread of what we talk about a lot, is you got to figure out what those are early, and you got to communicate them clearly, and then you got to stick to them, right? If you're noticing that after 10 years of going to McDonald's after play dates or after sports or after whatever is having an effect on your health and your kids' health, and you said that's it, we're gonna quit cold turkey, it is going to fail because you've trained them, right? Like to this day, our kids they'll go now more with if they're because they're old enough they'll go with their friends or whatever, but they never got that. They never got that stuff, right? And this isn't a judgment against anybody. Like everybody's gotta do what works for them. But it comes down to negotiable for you when we were figuring out how we wanted to parent. It was just, no, I don't want food tied to emotional stuff. I don't want it to be a reward. I don't want them eating there. So we just crafted, that was our starting point, right? So we were able to, from there, have a pretty easy guideline of, no, we're not going there, right? We'll go somewhere else. Or well, a lot of times we got in the habit of going to the grocery store instead of a McDonald's. Like we'll go to the grocery store and we'll go to the deli and you pick, and they pick stuff that wasn't sometimes the best.
Usually sushi, really.
Yeah, it usually was sushi, really. But again, that was a trained behavior, right? Had we always gotten them chicken fingers and the potato wedges, that's all they would have eaten, right? So yeah, I think it comes down to do that and then just modeling it, right? Like if every time we go out, we're swinging through McDonald's and we're the ones that are just that's part of the process. Well, your kid's gonna think is your normal, right? So, and the problem is a lot of time when you mentioned it before, the lack of movement. I think the two together are what really get it, right? Like you get kids that love video games, love being online, love kind of not moving. That again was something that we've talked about before. We had our big 3, right? Skiing, skating, and swimming. Those you could do anything else you wanted, but those 3 were non-negotiable. And that paired with the non-negotiables about food, yes, and I want to be really clear. We were never perfect, right? We were, and it was never about perfection. Like if it happened, and it was the best option because we were on the road, or it was late at night and we were on a trip, or whatever it was, it will happen, right? But it happens so infrequently. Our kids didn't seek it out. It wasn't something that they felt they got all the time.
Well, and I always brought food. I still do.
Yeah,
I still like I'm freezing chicken as we speak
100%.
so that I've got chicken for the rest of the week.
Air travel with you is an absolute
Fact, frozen chicken on uh, like security sensors, it looks like ice pack.
Well, it essentially is.
Well, yeah, essentially. But so I
So
get stopped.
did you get to keep your ice pack?
My frozen chicken, yes,
Yeah.
I got to keep.
You proved it was poultry and not
Yeah.
some gel that was
That
made
and sweet
explosive.
potatoes. Whatever reason, sweet potatoes gets me pulled over
Is it gross?
sometimes, but not all the time. So yeah, and I would say so I think starting early, and we did, and there was a lot of pushback from family. I mean, your family called different members of your family called upset because I was so
Hmm.
because it's everything. It's so easy, right? And it's just like, well, I just wanted to make these candies or bring this or that, but it's constant and it was always tied, yeah, to oh, treat yourself or oh, you did a good job or oh, you and with girls especially, we
Hmm.
have that emotional attachment to food. It becomes if I'm excited and happy and want to celebrate, we do it with food. And if I'm depressed and sad and stressed, we do it with food. And I wanted to make sure that we did not have those
Yeah.
connected. And we stocked our fridge full. I mean, even Easter egg hunts. It was Cheerios,
Yeah.
like we would in those little plastic eggs, Cheerios and blueberries.
It blew the kids' minds the first time there was an actual candy in their Easter.
Yeah. Well, it's because other kids are like, the Easter bunny leaves you chocolate? Like, what? But we did. And even looking back, the girls were like, wow, we ate so healthy because we would literally like pictures of us, just these huge lettuce boats with like salmon and peppers and stuff like that.
Hmm.
We were so good
Hmm.
when they were younger. I will say it has slid quite a
Yeah.
bit. But once we start going to the cabin, once they're older and going to the cabin, and we would start buying all these snacks and packaged goods, and that
Yeah.
just kind of followed us through the school year. It's interesting because the girls now are like, "Oh, mom, I really like the oldest one, especially." She just is tired all the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, I really want to start following in your footsteps just with nutrition. So I've still continued modeling that, but it really is, set the environment up, set those expectations up. And part of the problem is, when we look at the negotiation, it's like, how about three more bites of broccoli and then you can have your pizza. Like we're asking it like it's a question,
Yeah.
right? And it shouldn't be. It's like, I'll know you want your pizza when you've eaten your vegetables.
Yeah.
And I will say, we're not going to force food on kids, but you can force vegetables on kids, right? They get to pick which vegetable they want.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really important. And I've always made sure that there was some option that I knew that they would eat. So if they don't like green pepper, I would have red pepper. If they don't like onions on their salad, I would have cucumbers or whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
We always have those options. But one thing that I always had too is cool, you don't want to eat dinner. I'll save it for you for whenever you're hungry. And yeah, I would have it for breakfast the next day. They
Yeah.
knew, right, that they couldn't have a snack later. And this is what kids will do. It becomes a really learned behavior, right? It's like, I just won't eat now, but then I'll be hungry later and then I can have my snack later.
Yeah.
Or, and there's so many kids who have a white diet, like bread and pasta and potatoes and French fries
Yep.
and chicken fingers. And that's about it. So we need to have the expectation, and it is us modeling and just not having the other foods available. Kids are not going to starve themselves. And if you make them accessible, I mean, I think we all know what we should be doing. You just got to think about what's getting in the way.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing, yeah, with movement. And so with the girls, it was like you need to have a range of colors. I don't care which vegetables, whatever your protein source is. And the younger one doesn't love meat, but she's really good at supplementing and she always was, even
Yeah.
as a child, right? Like, and she knew it wasn't the same kind of protein, but she would have like nuts and different things like that. But the same thing, yeah, like moving, that's just always been a rule. So
Yeah.
we need to create rules and create those boundaries and the consequences, right? All know that you want to watch your show when you've done your hour of physical activity.
Yeah.
And outside.
And once you've framed it like that, you don't have to have that prompt every time, right? Because
Yeah.
we have those micro interactions now where Willow wanted to go out tonight, and no problem, I will drive you, but you've got something that needs to get done before we get in the car. Okay. And then it's not even an issue then. It's like, yeah, okay, you're right. I got to get that done.
Yeah.
So but that all comes from the expectation that it's and you did it all the time, like all the time. I'll know you're ready for, or I'll know you want. And it was any situation. That's what you would say,
Mm.
right? I'll know you want to watch your show when you clean up your toys. I'll know you want to, like, it didn't matter what it was. So the kids, of course, over time, they would start to parrot it back and they knew it. So you have to alter it, but it's the same framework, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the important part.
And you will get like if you have older kids or kids that have established whatever habits now, you're gonna have a fight. It is gonna be a fight. And their
100%.
behaviors are gonna escalate and it might even be a huge meltdown and it might be screaming and yelling for a couple of days. But if you're consistent, it will get easier.
Yeah.
But I would say the biggest thing we always come back to is the screens. The screens get in the way. We got to get rid of screens. And especially again with sleep. And I think we've talked tons about sleep, but the number one thing is if they have a device in their room, you got to get it out of their room, period. Like that would be the first thing that I would say you just got to do. Their sleep is more important and their sleep is going to affect emotion regulation, behavioral regulation, learning, everything. And so, little guys, I don't know right off the top of my head, but the guidelines are about for preschoolers to kindergartners, probably like 11, 12 hours. As they get into school age, like elementary, it's probably around 10 hours. And then high school, it's like 9. And yeah, they really should not be having until high school. It's 30 minutes to an hour of screen time. And you just need to figure out what your values are as a parent and it is hard. And I know we're busy and we don't have a lot of time, but it's just about like it's your child's health and well-being and long-term habits. Like we can hope. And that was one thing. I know you had something. So hold on. I just had one more thought. One thing that I know family members had said is, well, they're going to go and have cake and hot dogs at birthday parties. Yeah, cool. Once in a while. It's not like they're at a birthday party every day.
Yeah.
Right. So while we're here, these are the habits that we do at home. And yeah, they could have, I wasn't restrictive. If they went to a birthday party, they could go and have whatever they wanted or a friend's house or whatever.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. Because I think a lot of parents just hope one day they're going to make the right choice. They're not. We are the ones establishing the habits, and those habits, especially once they get into teenage years, whatever's entrenched in teenage years is what's going to continue into adult years. And it's so much harder to break those in those adult years. And so, and creating that change is so much harder. So we really need to do that now and instill that so that they know like this is just what we do at home. This is just what we buy at home. And great. If there's things when we go out, that's totally fine.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing is everybody can rationalize the specific situation they're in as well, what's the big deal? And it's not a matter of big deals. It's a matter of a lot of little deals building up over time. But the reverse or the opposite is true. A lot of little decisions, the way you want it to be, add up to the long-term right decisions that you want to see. Like we still, I mean, especially in sports, it is you get team stuff when they do a pizza party or they do whatever. And there's kids that all they do is just load up on the chips and the pizzas and off they go, or the hot dogs or whatever. The majority of the time, our kids will put the vegetables on first and then go get their hot dog or pizza or whatever. And we'll actually eat it because they don't see it as a big decision. They don't see it as a big loss. They see it as just how you build a plate of food and move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that, again, is a lot of little decisions over time, and you just have to adhere to it. I think one thing I was going to say is when you're talking about the sleep piece, I knew nothing about sleep, right? I was good at it. Like in my teenage years, I was really good at it. But I didn't know anything about proper sleep, like TVs in the room or anything. And over time, obviously with cell phones and all that other stuff, with smartphones, it gets harder and harder. It wasn't until you started to be more focused on it that, yeah, I started to scale it back, right? In terms of, yeah, I do want it really dark. So I have most of the stuff closed. Obviously, when the window's open for air, whatever, that's one thing. But there is like, there's not a lot of distraction. And there's not like, we know people that they go to bed, they turn on the TV, they watch their TV till they fall asleep and they fall asleep. We don't do that. Our kids don't do that. Right?
I've never allowed a TV in the room since we've lived together.
Never. That was your first rule. You didn't even let a TV on the main floor when we moved in together, right?
Oh, really?
100%. It was 100%. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our first house is
upstairs
in the little nook.
Yeah, it was entertainment free in the first first floor. It was a big deal when we got
Actually,
that
we've never had a
no.
TV on the
We'll set the
floor.
projector up if it's a special thing. We'll hang it like when the puppy was a puppy. We would stay up on the hardwood and just haul that projector and watch stuff on that. But
Yeah,
that
we've only had a TV in the basement.
Sure have.
Or the nook in our first house.
That was it. But again, that's that. To go back to the sleep piece, I didn't know anything about it, right? And I over time, I could get by on less and less sleep as I kind of went through, but it catches up to you, right? It caught up to me, and so I had to relearn. The kids are both very good because that was how it was always established for them, right? Like no, like to your point, no devices in the rooms. They both got an alarm clock, and that's about it. They keep it dark, right? They go to sleep. And it's trickier. It's trickier when the bedroom is multi-purpose, like for kids, right? Where they've got their desk or they've got their stuff or whatever. That's fine. But over time, you want to teach them that, the bedroom is the bedroom, and that is just for that kind of rest and recharge. And then everything else can be moved out, right? Have your desk in a different area. Have your books somewhere, or whatever it is, right? So that just like how you're building up your food kind of regimen, you're building up that sleep regimen. And then the same thing with the activity, right? Like both our girls have membership at the gyms. I think it ebbs and flows, which is fine, but they have it, right? You've always been a good example of getting up and going to work out or going to the gym or whatever. They model that, right? Not as consistently, but it's part of what they're comfortable doing. And it's, again, a lot of little decisions on the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. And just the reason why I've never wanted a TV in the bedroom for obvious reasons for sleep, but never on the main floor, just because so many families have it on just in the background. And I know when I was a kid, my parents would always have it on at dinner time. And even now, like, it's one thing I hate when we go to their house and the news, right? Like always being shushed or whatever, or just having it on. Now I think like I'm just sensory overloaded, but that was it, like it was just distracting for no reason. And so we're purposeful. Like if we're going to watch TV, we're purposefully going down as a family to watch a show or a movie or something.
Yeah. We've mentioned it before. The girls, when they were little, could never just sit and watch TV by themselves.
Yeah.
Right. We had to be with them. As the girls got a bit older, we'd be a bit more flexible and they could go together. So they would at least interact with each other. But yeah, when they were little, the amount of times I had to talk through Super Y, what's Wyatt doing? Why is Wyatt doing that? But it was important, right?
Yeah. Even now, they don't really watch. Maya's like, will want to go watch something. Well, she wanted to watch the Senna documentary. She's like, will you come watch with me? Like, yeah, they don't even really watch on their own. And tonight was date night with Willow. And we'll usually watch something, but she didn't tonight. She just wanted to hang and chill and chat and play cards. And so it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's important. I think everything you raised it's about same thing. Set the framework early.
It's manageable. It's doable. It's going to be hard. Take a week off just to focus on changing some of these things. Pick one, though. Pick one thing and focus on that.
Yeah.
Start feeling some success with that one thing, with boundaries, and, collaborate with your kids. Let's make a plan, right? Before we have the donuts, you have to eat
whatever.
At least 2 different colored, something leafy, ideally, and then another vegetable.
Yeah, it's funny. She and I had hot pot today. She was all about the bok choy. Like I think that was probably the most of her bowl.
Oh, cabbage and hot pot is so good. Was it bok choy? It wasn't bok choy. It's probably cabbage.
She put little bok choy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she deliberately took the baby bok choy because it was less stringy than the older stuff. But again, she was more excited about that than anything else in her bowl.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool beans.
Good day.
Good day.